Stop everything. Whatever you were doing before you pressed play on this video, I need you to stop it completely. Not in a moment. Right now. I am not going to start this message with a soft introduction or a gentle greeting. Because what I have for you today is not a gentle message. It is an intervention from heaven, and I need to ask you something before we go any further. Something that has nothing to do with theology or spiritual theory. Something deeply personal. When was the last time you felt truly, genuinely at peace? Not the peace you perform for other people when they ask how you are and you say, "I am good. Things are fine." Not that rehearsed answer you give at the door before you close it and sit alone in the silence of your room and feel the full weight of everything you have been carrying. I mean real peace, the kind that sits in your chest without a single knot. The kind where you fall asleep without your mind running its nightly inventory of every person who hurt you, every door that closed, every prayer that still seems unanswered. If you had to think about that question for more than 3 seconds, then you are exactly the person this message was prepared for. And I need you to do one thing before we go further. Find somewhere quiet. Right now, not with the television murmuring in the background, not with other voices filling the air around you. If you are in a crowd, step away. If you are driving, find a safe place to park. What I am about to say has the potential to change the direction of your life if you receive it with your whole spirit open and unguarded. But there is something else I need to warn you about first. The moment you pressed play on this video, something in the spiritual realm shifted. And the enemy noticed he has been working intensely over the past several days to fill your mind with so much noise, so much anxiety, so much distraction, that you would never be still enough to hear what heaven has been trying to say to you. That restless feeling in your chest right now, that is not anxiety. That is your spirit recognizing that something important is about to happen. So I need you to stay with me until the very end, because what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes is not something God gave me to deliver to a crowd. It is something He told me to deliver specifically to you. The chosen ones who find this message are not here by accident. You were guided here, and I need you to hear every single word. Before we go deeper, I want to know that you are here with me. If you have been feeling this spiritual heaviness lately, and this message is already speaking to something real inside you, go to the comments right now and type these 4 words. I am ready to hear. That simple declaration is your agreement with heaven that you are open to receive what God has been waiting to release into your life. Take 10 seconds and type it right now before we continue. I will wait. I know how the last few weeks have felt for you. I know because what you have been experiencing is not random, and it is not a coincidence that brought you to this video. You have been waking up tired, not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, the kind of tired that lives in your bones, the kind where you open your eyes in the morning, and for 3 full seconds before the world floods back in, you feel the weight of everything you carry settle back onto your chest, like it never left. You have been walking through your own home and feeling like a stranger in it. Like the walls around you are familiar, but something essential has changed. Like you are standing inside your own life and watching it from 2 feet away, unable to fully touch it. You have felt a tightness behind your sternum that is not quite pain and not quite panic. Just a low-grade, persistent pressure, a sensation that something enormous is about to happen. But no news arrives. No phone call comes, no confirmation of whatever it is your spirit has been bracing for. And at night, in the silence, you have been living between 2 worlds. In one world you show up, you smile at the right moments, you answer when people call, you say, "I am okay," and you say it convincingly enough that people believe you. In the other world, the invisible one that only you can feel, you are holding your breath. You are suspended in the space between what was and what has not yet arrived. And that suspension is exhausting in a way that is almost impossible to explain to someone who has not lived it. Here is what I need you to hear right now. You are not losing your mind. You are not depressed. You are not broken. You are not falling behind. You are in a state of spiritual alert. Your spirit knows something your mind has not yet been given permission to understand. God has sounded an alarm in the atmosphere of your life. Not a warning of disaster. An alarm of arrival. The waiting room door you have been sitting outside of for months, maybe years, has just been unlocked from the inside. And the very moment you hear that click, your whole body knows before your brain does. Stay with me, because what I am about to tell you next is going to reframe everything you thought was going wrong. Let me tell you what the enemy has been saying to you. Not loudly. He is not loud. He is precise, and he is patient. He has been whispering it in the voice of your own internal thoughts, which is why it has been so hard to recognize it as a lie. He has been telling you that you are being punished, that the people pulling away from you mean something is fundamentally wrong with you, that the collapsed plans and the cold conversations and the loneliness that has crept in like fog are evidence that you have done something wrong, missed something important, or that God has simply looked away. He has told you that you are difficult to love. He has told you that your season is running out. He has made you sit through entire nights, reviewing the choices you have made, the words you said, the moments you cannot take back, trying to locate the exact place where you went wrong so you could fix it. I came here today to reach through that noise and pull that lie out by the root. What you are living through right now is not punishment. Listen to me. It is protection. It is surgical, intentional, divine isolation. God is not allowing things to fall apart because He has forgotten you. He is clearing the stage of your life with specific purpose. He is removing the people, the situations, and the relationships that do not have the spiritual capacity to carry the weight of what He is about to place on your shoulders. What is coming toward you is so significant, so transformational for your lineage, so life-altering for the people who will come after you, that it cannot be received in the middle of chaos and distraction. The preparation required for what you are walking into demands a level of focus that your previous environment simply could not provide. That is not rejection. That is God choosing you with such conviction that He was willing to clear the entire room. If this is landing in a deep place in your spirit right now, I want you to take a moment and do something important. Go to the comments and write this out loud in the physical realm. I am protected, not rejected. God is preparing me, not abandoning me. Declare it. Type it. Seal it in words. And while you are down there, leave a like on this video. Your like tells me that this message has reached the right person on the right day. It means more than you know. Now I need to explain something to you that will help you understand why the people around you have been acting so differently. Think about a radio. For years and years, you have been broadcasting on a specific frequency, a frequency of availability, a frequency that said to everyone around you, I am here. I will absorb whatever you bring. I will carry what you cannot hold. I will show up even when showing up costs me everything. You were everyone's soft landing. You were the one who got the 2 a.m. phone calls about problems you did not create. You were the peacemaker in every family conflict, the calm voice in every storm, the one who swallowed your own grief to help someone else process theirs. You were the free counselor, the available shoulder, the person who somehow made everyone feel seen while feeling invisible yourself. You poured water into vessels that had no bottom, and you kept pouring because you believed, on some deep and sincere level, that this was your purpose. That this was what it meant to be good, to be called, to be chosen. But here is what nobody told you. That version of you was not your calling. It was your wound walking around wearing the costume of your gift. The enemy is not always dramatic. He does not always come with obvious temptation. Sometimes he comes disguised as people who need you. He took the most beautiful thing about you, your capacity for empathy, your servant's heart, your ability to feel what others feel, and he turned it into a mechanism for your own depletion. He convinced you that to bleed for others was to be faithful. But God never called you to be an empty vessel. And right now, in this season, something profound is happening. God is changing your station. The dial is physically turning. Your frequency is shifting. And when a frequency shifts, everything tuned to the old signal feels the static. The people who were accessing your energy with ease, who had unlimited admission into the deepest parts of your emotional world, who knew they could arrive with their chaos, and you would absorb it without question. They are sensing that the door is closing. Their spirit knows before their mind does. That is why some of them are acting hostile without visible reason. That is why some have started drama from nowhere. That is why others have simply disappeared without explanation. They are not losing you. They are losing the version of you that could be used. And there is a grief in that for them, even if they cannot name it. But I need you to understand something with absolute clarity. That version of you does not belong to them. It never did. There is something about this season that I need to say directly, because too many people soften this truth until it loses its power. Your anguish right now is not only coming from the people who left, it is coming from the fact that for the first time in your life, with all the noise and the obligations and the roles stripped away, you are standing face to face with yourself. And what you see terrifies you. Not because you see something broken, because you see something enormous. Your spirit is catching its first unobstructed view of what you actually carry. The gifting, the authority, the weight of what you were designed to do in this generation. And the terrifying thing is not failure. You have failed before. You have fallen before. You have been wounded and walked away from things that mattered, and made choices you regret, and you got back up every single time. You know how to handle failure. What you do not know how to handle is greatness. What secretly holds you at the edge of your destiny? What makes you hesitate at the threshold of everything God has been building toward is the fear of stepping into a life that is fully yours. Because if you say yes to this completely, there is no more hiding. No more making yourself small enough to fit into spaces that were never designed for someone with your anointing. No more dimming the light in your eyes so that the people around you feel comfortable in the presence of something they cannot explain. You have been doing that for so long, lowering your voice, minimizing your achievements, laughing off your gifts as if they were accidents, deflecting compliments, shrinking inside rooms where you were the most gifted person present, because the alternative, actually standing in your full height, felt dangerous. And yet, Matthew 5:14 says this, with no apology and no qualification. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hidden. God did not put a lid on that light. People did. And you let them. The isolation you are sitting inside of right now is God taking you to the top of that hill. He has removed every obstacle between you and the horizon. For the first time, nothing stands between your calling and its full expression. And the question He is asking you right now, in the quiet of this season, is whether you will finally stand up in it. Let me stop here for a moment. If this video is the first place in a long time where something has genuinely spoken to the reality of your inner life, I want you to leave a like on this video right now. That like is your way of saying to me, this reached me. This was real. This landed. And it helps this message reach other chosen ones who are sitting in the same quiet, heavy season, wondering if anyone sees what they are carrying. Your one click can change someone else's entire day. Leave it now, and then keep watching. Because what I am about to share next is the part of this message that God told me is the most critical for you to understand today. I want you to think about Moses for a moment. When God was preparing to use him in the most dramatic intervention in human history, where was Moses? He was not in Pharaoh's palace surrounded by influence and resources. He was not in the middle of a crowd where his gifts could be on display. He was not networking. He was not visible. He was in the wilderness, alone, with sheep, in silence. And in that silence, in that season that from the outside looked like obscurity and failure and exile, God was doing the deepest work, not the surface work, not the performance work, the identity work, the work that happens in the bones, the work that strips away every version of yourself that was built to please people rather than to carry purpose. Because what God was about to place on Moses could only be carried by someone whose identity was no longer built on the approval of the people around him. That is the work happening inside you right now. You are not in exile. You are in formation. The silence that has frightened you is the throne room. The loneliness is a private audience with the King of the universe. The emptiness you feel where all those draining relationships used to sit is the space God is now filling with something that cannot be taken from you. And here is the specific word that I feel compelled to speak over you with everything in me. God said this. He said, I am transferring the authority they rejected into the hands of the one who endured the pain in silence. Every open door that was slammed in your face, every investment of time and love that was received without gratitude, every season where you gave your best and received nothing in return, every generation of your family that has carried a chain of limitation and brokenness for decades, heaven has been keeping an account. And what is coming toward you is not just breakthrough for your life. It is the breaking of a generational pattern. It is the moment your family tree is divided into before and after. Before you stepped into your authority, and the story of everything that changes because you did. You were not called to be a good person in the background. You were called to be a dividing line in your lineage. I need you to do something right now to cooperate with what heaven is releasing. In the comments below, I want you to type this declaration out as an act of agreement with what God is speaking. I release myself from the guilt of not saving everyone. My energy belongs to God's calling, not other people's chaos. Write it out fully. Do not shorten it. That statement is a contract termination with the identity of the fixer, the rescuer, and the emotional shock absorber. The moment it leaves your fingertips and enters the physical world in writing, something in the spirit realm responds. And if you are not already subscribed to this channel, I want to ask you to do it right now before the next section. The next messages God has given me to release to the chosen ones are going to build on everything you are receiving today. And if you miss them, there will be no way for me to reach you when you need it most. Press subscribe and turn on the bell. Do it now, and then keep reading. What I am about to tell you is the most urgent warning in this entire message. Lean into this with your whole spirit right now, because this is not a general encouragement. This is a specific, time-sensitive warning that God sent me to deliver to every chosen one who finds this message. In the next 3 to 7 days, the enemy is going to attempt a coordinated distraction attack against you. He knows that the download happening in your spirit right now, the identity shift, the frequency change, the revelation of who you actually are, is approaching completion. And he is desperate. He knows that if you wake up tomorrow morning with a full understanding of the authority you carry, the kingdom of darkness loses access to your family line forever. So he is going to play in the specific place where you are most vulnerable. Your addiction to being needed, here is exactly how he will try to do it. Someone from your past will reappear. Someone who walked away from you, who hurt you, who discarded what you offered, will suddenly send a message or make an appearance that seems to need something from you. Or a crisis will erupt in your immediate circle that, by some inexplicable coincidence, only you seem to be able to solve. Or perhaps it will not come from outside at all. Perhaps it will arrive as an internal wave, a sudden overwhelming guilt that washes over you in the middle of a quiet afternoon and tells you that you are being selfish, that choosing your own calling over someone else's emergency makes you a bad person, that a truly loving, truly spiritual, truly chosen person would put down what they are doing and go rescue someone else. I need you to recognize that wave for exactly what it is. It is bait. It is a precisely engineered trap, built from the most intimate knowledge the enemy has of your specific weakness. He is not sending this to destroy you. He is sending it to delay you, to pull you out of the momentum of this season, to get you to drop the divine assignment God has placed in your hands so that you can run over and put out a fire that was never yours to fight. God sent me to tell you this without any softening. Do not answer that door. Do not respond emotionally to that message. Do not take on a crisis that does not have your name on it. If you bite this bait in the next 7 days, you will not fall. You will not lose your calling, but you will set the clock back. You will extend your time in the preparation season because you will have chosen momentary approval over the eternal inheritance that is one step in front of you. Heaven is not asking you to be cruel. It is not asking you to be cold. It is asking you to be discerning. There is a difference between the compassion God has placed in you and the compulsion the enemy is trying to exploit. One comes from a full vessel pouring outward. The other comes from a wound that has never been allowed to close. You are being tested right now in one specific area. Can you say no to what drains you so that you can say yes to what God has chosen for you? Can you trust that the people and the situations you are stepping back from are in God's hands? That you are not abandoning them? You are simply releasing them to the only one who can actually fix what is broken in them. Your answer to that question in the next 7 days will determine what season you wake up in next month. You are under spiritual attack right now, but that attack is proof of how much the enemy fears who you are becoming. The intensity of what has been hitting your mind, your peace, and your relationships is not random. It is targeted, and targeted attacks only happen to real threats. In the next 7 days, a distraction will come designed specifically for your weakness. Someone from your past, a sudden crisis, or a wave of guilt will try to pull you back into your old patterns. Do not take the bait. Your focus on your calling is non-negotiable. God hid you in this season to protect you, not to punish you. The heaviness you have been carrying is lifting. Tomorrow will feel different. Pray the sealing prayer. Place your hand over your heart and declare your identity as the chosen one God designed before you were born. Then do 3 things. Type "sealed" in the comments as your spiritual signature. Leave a like so this message reaches the next chosen one who needs it. And subscribe so you never miss what God sends next. The war over your identity is over. You have won. Your new life begins right now.